Welcome back. The BBB is helping consumers know which businesses they can trust. We have CEO Robin Householder here with us this morning. Robin, good morning, and thank you for being here. We're usually talking about scams and all the bad stuff that happens in that avenue, but today we're talking about businesses and trustworthiness.
Right.
What did your research find out about what people think about businesses and how they trust them?
You know, well, we researched with over 1,400 consumers that asked, the question was, you know, how do you feel about businesses? And unfortunately, less than 30% trust the businesses that they're engaging with, and more than half, or actually more than half, don't trust businesses at all.
Wow.
And so that's a little disturbing when in fact there are so many great organizations out there. And so that's why it's so important to have that trust by association that can be built up over time.
Okay. Was this surprising with the age of information that we're in that people don't trust businesses?
Well, I think it's not surprising because there's too much information. And so people are overwhelmed. They don't know what to believe. They're constantly being hit with data. And unfortunately, scams are at an all-time high, especially since the pandemic. And so consumers are very much living in a buyer beware market. And so they've got to do their homework, and there's some steps that they need to take. But even more important, there's steps businesses need to take to ensure that they're conveying that they are trusted.
Okay, so let's start with the steps that consumers can take. What should they be looking for?
First and foremost, they need to do their research. You know, if they come to bbb.org and they choose an accredited business, they know that we've checked them out and that we've fully vetted to ensure that they in fact are a trustworthy business. One of the things we talk about often is to put that company name in a Google search and type scam after it to see what others are looking for or what's saying about them, But then the other thing is time is always your greatest asset. Is this company willing to give you a written estimate? Are they doing a high pressure sales technique? Things like that, those are usually big red flags. If they won't give it to you in writing and they want you to make a decision today, walk away.
Yeah, if they're rushing you, that's definitely a red flag.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now for the businesses themselves, what can they do to let consumers know they can trust them?
Sure. Well, the most important thing they need to do is communicate. Have really proactive communication. Don't be afraid to share when there's an obstacle that the consumer is going to be impacted by. Keep that communication going. The other thing is consumers want to know that you're compassionate. Are you giving back to the community? Do you have a great work culture with your employees? You know, nowadays, with my parents, what they looked at is what's the brand reputation. Younger consumers, they want to know what's your commitment to the marketplace. Are you transparent? And so another thing business needs to do is be willing to learn and grow. You know, we're in a very quick moving society, so adaptation is super important. And then above all, whatever you can do to associate yourself with other brands that are trusted, like Better Business Bureau.
And I've looked at your website multiple times. Whenever I'm trying to pick a company for anything around the house, make sure I ask you guys. And so you have an event coming up to recognize the businesses and being hosted by our Danielle Breezy.
Yes, we're excited to have Danielle there as our Master of Ceremonies. It's the Big Blue Bash. It's going to be a celebration of brilliance in business. We're recognizing our students of integrity that are earning scholarships. We're recognizing our Torch Award for Marketplace Trust winners. We're also recognizing our Spark Award, which is for young entrepreneurs that are really committed to character and community and culture. So
wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, looking forward to that, Robin. Thank you. Folks, if you want more information, you just go to WKRN.com and look for the Newsmaker tab.